Hello everyone. This is vlog number 3. It is the 30th and it is currently I think it's like almost 5 o'clock. We went to Walmart and did everything that we needed to do, got some stuff including some fruit. Haven't really did anything else today. I've been looking at ghost equipment and how much it would be to buy some stuff, because I have the cat balls but I don't have like anything else really except for myself. So I've been trying to look and see if I could find any. I've also got my computer out today and my camera because I am going to try and see if I can stitch 2 videos together on the computer, see how that's going. We're also trying to see if I can get another phone, so that I can, like, the phone on not just on Wi-Fi, on service as well, so I can take it places with me. But I'm hoping the camera works as well, because that's just it's a better camera. Like, it's kind of like blurry, and I'm like weird lighting because I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna do the lighting, because like my main light is back here, the sun, my only window is right there, and then I'm using this little light, but this little light doesn't really do much, and it leaves rings in my glasses. But I've been really trying to wear my glasses because I'm trying to see what's on the camera. But anyway, yeah, that's everything that's been going on. There's not really much to do, honestly. Today has been pretty just riding in the car day. But yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm gonna probably figure out how to do the stuff with the computer and the camera first. And then that's pretty much gonna be it. Like I said, I don't really have much to say about today. Today has been pretty boring. So let's just kick it off with some more ghost stories, because I like doing those. I like saying those. So let's kick it off. Okay, so the last ghost story I said was the ones that were in my house, including if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. It was a vlog too, but we talked about 3 floating heads in my closet and the ghost down the hallway. So I guess today we can talk about more about what I've seen at my friend Finn's house, because that has been a lot of energy and a lot of seeing things. So let's start with that. What should I start with? Okay, so when they first moved into that house, I think it was a year after we met, maybe a year and a half, something like that. We met at co-op. I was homeschooled my whole life, except for 1st, 2nd, kindergarten, and all that. But after 2nd grade, then here, a little backstory. After 2nd grade, they wanted to hold me back, not put me into 3rd grade. And Mom said, "No, I'm not doing that," and took me out of school. And for a whole year, we didn't really do school. We just traveled, learned about life. You know, I went to Florida a lot. I don't think I went to Florida except for one time. We went to California and Florida and Texas. We traveled because before she got sick, she was a Qigong, I don't know what you call them. Well, she was a massage therapist. She did energy healing. And then she was also a Qigong, I don't know if it was master or just something. We went to conventions where they had Qigong in like giant convention places. And I would go with her because I'm her only child. We were basically attached at the hip from the beginning. Sometimes we still are. And so yeah, I'd go with her. It was really fun. Honestly, I think the best part of my childhood was going to those places. I mean, it wasn't just because there were so many people and so much to do, it was the energy. It was so calming and nice, and all the people that I met there, honestly, they were so calm and nice, and just their energy felt amazing. I didn't really get along with kids my age, still don't really. I always gravitated towards either my mom's friends or baby children, toddlers, those kind of kids. I have always done that. The only friend I've been able to keep that is my age is Ellis, and he is literally only like a few months older than me. But I'm more closer to his... I wanted to say sister, but I don't know if that exactly is right. Finn. More closer to Finn than with Ellis nowadays. And I think kind of before too. But that's fine. I love them both. I see them both, I still talk to them both, but like when I'm over there, me and Finn hang out a lot. But yeah, when we were there, anyway, Qigong, the place is there. We'd usually go super early in the morning and leave super late at night. Like, it was a whole day thing. I remember kind of feeling out of place at first because my mom had a lot to do. She was running around doing things, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of just sat there and, like, colored or watched movies on my little portable DVD player that I had that was so awesome. And I dropped it once and the lid broke. And, I would watch things like Barbie movies and Polly Pocket. Oh my god, I wore the heck out of my Polly Pocket CD. My mom just came in here. Also, another thing, I would listen to music on there as well, and I listened, apparently, Mom said, to Modest Mouse. I did not even remember that I listened to them, but now, after doing this, I'm going to go back and see if I can find any of their songs and see if I remember any of them. Anyway, so we'd get there super early. Didn't have anything to do, so I'd wander around. And because it was super early, like, no one was in that building. And if you've ever been in one of those giant conventions, either after it's all happened or before it's happening, how peaceful it is. The big empty spaces, the tall windows, floor to ceiling, the elevator sounds, the escalator sounds, and the carpet. There's carpet everywhere, but it's not like big bushy carpet. It's just a little bit of carpet, just a little bit of niceness, and it's always vacuumed perfectly. Oh my gosh, sorry. I love vacuuming that kind of carpet. The like sound the vacuum makes, the smell the vacuum makes. I can't. Anyway, so I'd wander around, I'd go up and down the escalator a lot, you know, blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't ever leave the building or really leave the place since my mom was close by and she wanted me close by. And then I started hanging around the people at the front who would sign in the people coming. They would sign their names on little name tags and give it to them. They'd stick it on their shirt, they go in, you know, all that stuff. And I started hanging around there, and I think it was when my mom first started doing it, because she did a lot of things, but one of the times she went up there and helped them, and I went with her. And I thought, ooh, this is so interesting. You get to see the name, you get to write down the name, and you get to give it to them. You can put anything you want on that. And I was such a creative little flower, basically. I love to draw, love to color, and so I would take all the markers that they had, because most of them only used black markers, so I'd go around and I'd take all the colored markers from the other people if they weren't using them, and I'd bring them to Mom's station, and when she would write the name, I would start drawing little hearts or flowers, sun in the corner, some grass on the ground. Hey, if I got artsy, there was a tree on the side, and people started coming to my mom's line more than everyone else's because they wanted the sweet little girl with bright blonde hair and blue eyes to draw them little pictures on their name tags. And so after Mom stopped doing that, I was asked back to the front, and that is what I did for the morning, and I loved it. I can't remember exactly who I sat beside most times, but it was men most times. I'll have to ask Mom, but it was some guy with super white hair, and I don't think he had a beard, or he had like a little bit of a beard. And then maybe it was this other guy who always used to wear a hat and glasses. I can't remember their names for the life of me. Give me 1 second and I will remember them. Okay, I'm back. The man that I'm thinking of, the one with the really white hair, his name was Jeff, but we all called him Papa Jeff because he was so older and a grandfather figure. He always sat by me when I was writing, helping me spell names or figure out, things, because sometimes, especially at the beginning, I think, I didn't have the list of all the names that were there, and so I would try to figure out how to spell their name, and I'm very dyslexic. I cannot spell for the life of me. I've gotten better over the years, but back then, I'd be like, how the heck do you spell that? Was that a P or a J? And so, he would help me. He'd sit right next to me, sit right there. He's there, and he'd help me figure out how to spell their names exactly. And then there was a lady that me and Mom cannot remember her name. So, if you happen to watch this video and you remember me, hi, I'm Nora. I also went by Rosa. I don't know if I went by Rosa back then, but I think I did. My mom is Samantha, or Billy. And I used to sit at one of the tables of Qigong and help write names. So if you remember me or you're there, let me know. And then the other person, the person with the hat and the glasses, Jason. He did not do... Sorry, cat just opened my door. He did not do the front table. He was the sales table. But I remember him because he had such a great energy. And the only time that is such vivid energy in my head is we were going out to eat, and then we were walking back, and I decided to walk up on this, the sidewalk, and there's this little wall, basically, sometimes they have in Austin or whatever. I think we were in Austin that time. And I was walking up on the wall, and he was walking right next to me, making sure I didn't fall or whatever. And I had taken his hat and put it on myself. That is the memory I have of him. I have gone so long on this, but honestly, that was the best time I had in my childhood, was just going to those places and being with those people. I hated that we had to stop, just because of people be crazy and things be crazy, and I really did need to start on actual schoolwork and homework and stuff. And so that's how we got into FLT Co-op, and that's how I met Ellis and Finn, and of course their whole family, and we've been best friends ever since. We've been best friends for over, I was probably I want to say 14, 13, maybe 12 when we first met, and I'm 23 now, so it's been a very long time, okay? It's been years, century, I don't know, over a decade, basically, over a decade. So yeah, I'm just talking y'all's ear off, I swear. This is my pink lemonade that I made for my birthday. Still good, by the way. A little sour now. Needs more sweetness. Let's see, what else should I talk about? I guess I should start talking about ghost stuff now. So, yeah, we'll just start with the ghost stuff. So, I have seen ghosts my whole life, but the most prominent ghost sightings that I saw after what I saw at this house was probably at my friend Finn's house. I was staying over there, sleepover, and they had the biggest bedroom in the house. It was the master bedroom, but it was upstairs, so their parents took the downstairs bedroom instead. And so they had the master bedroom, and it was her and her brother Fox. We were there. And I slept out on the trundle bed that slid out from underneath Finn's bedroom. And their dog Marvin used to be let up there. And so he was sleeping at the foot of my trundle bed, which was kind of uncomfortable because I'm pretty tall. I'm like 5'9", maybe 5'9.5" or something like that. I haven't got myself checked. But sleeping in that tiny trundle bed, my feet were like up against him and my knees were bent, which was not fun, but I loved him, so I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. But anyway, he got out of bed, and it was super weird, because he slept throughout the whole night. He rarely ever, like, just wandered around the room or whatever. He got out of bed and went to the door and scratched, like, one time. And I was awake, because I even had trouble sleeping back then, especially when I was in new places, which I don't think that was my first time sleeping over there, but every once in a while, if I haven't slept over there for a long time, it takes me a while to get comfortable sleeping. Though that's not now. Not now. I can just go over there and just like fall asleep on their couch because I'm tired. But that actually happened one time. I'll get into that story some other time. But so yeah, he went to scratch, and I thought, oh, he probably wants to go downstairs, you know, maybe Jenny or Jason are walking around or whatever, I don't care. So I got up, and I went and opened the door, and what's standing on the outside is a giant lady. Okay, big enough that she had to crouch over, and her back hit the ceiling. And their ceilings are relatively tall, probably taller than my ceilings. Like the hallway ceilings are probably taller than my ceilings, but it wasn't that tall. And her hand was like towards the doorknob, like she was about to grab it, and I was like, fuck no, nuh-uh, I'm not dealing with this tonight. So I went to shut the door, and it's like a force was pushing on it, but she hadn't moved, but she was just staring at me, which was weird. And so I was pushing on it and pushing on it and pushing on it. And then Marvin, the dog, he's a Great Pyrenees, by the way, he like barked once and the door slammed shut. And for some reason, neither Finn or Fox woke up at all. But then, as soon as the door shut and I was like, okay, I think we're good now. You know, door shut, Marvin's fine now, he's not freaking out. Fox sits up in sleep and is like, you shouldn't let her in. I look over at him, and he is fast asleep. He has laid back down. I'm like, did I imagine him saying that? Did he actually say, like, I am freaking out now. And I'm like, you know what? I didn't let her in, so I think it's fine. And so I go back to bed, and I'm actually able to sleep now. And Marvin has decided to lay his whole body on here. Like, his face is right here, breathing on my neck. That's fine, you know what? I feel more protected with him being right there than him being by my feet, so I don't care. And so that's the first time that I felt something weird in that house and saw it so clearly. And then the next time, we were in their dining room area, but it was our living room area before. We were just playing video games, and we'd paused the video game because Finn had to go ask their mother something, or food was ready, something like that. I always stayed over for dinners too, even if I was going home. I think Jason was cooking. I think so. So anyway, we're doing that, and I heard like a tingle of like a dog collar. You know how when they're like scratching and their dog collar like jingles around? It sounded like that. And it also sounded like they were walking, and it was just jingling really heavily. And I thought, none of the dogs here have a collar on because they have such a big yard. They don't really need to like walk them as much. And so they don't just keep the collars on the dog. And so I'm like, who the heck is that jingling a collar? And I turn around and I come face to face with this giant Great Dane. And he's like, I'm pretty sure he was like a spotted Great Dane. He was like mostly white, but there were black spots everywhere on him. Kind of like a freaking Dalmatian, but it was a Great Dane. And you could tell he was Great Dane too. He was ginormous, like, you could just tell. But it wasn't like full apparition. It was like misty dog form. if that makes sense. Like, instead of the lady, when I saw her, she looked like she was like actually in the room. Like if I reached out, I could touch her, kind of thing. The dog was just kind of there, but the collar was very visible, but the dog itself was just like kind of misty, ghostly like. And it was like right here, okay? It was like, I turned around and it was just boom, right here, but it didn't do anything. And I just kind of looked at it. I looked down at its collar, saw a name that I can't remember now, and then it disappeared. And then Finn came back in the room and I told them, and they were like, whoa, that's so crazy. Finn always believes me. I love them, okay? They are amazing. They have believed me 100%. But then again, like, I show them proof too, but they're amazing. And then later that day, or it was the next day, I walked out into the backyard for something. I think we were gonna go play on the trampoline or whatever. And I stepped on something and it made like a weird crinkle, like a weird metal sound when I stepped on it. So I looked down and there was a dog tag. Not like a military dog tag, like an actual dog tag, like a tag for a dog. I don't know why they called them dog tags. That makes it so confusing. Anyway, just laying there, and I picked it up and it had the same name as the dog I saw. Can't remember it now, but I know it had the same name. And it also had a number on the back, and I was like, how much do you bet someone actually answers this? So we did. We called it, like silly children we were. We called it, and the person answered, and I said, hey, just wondering, did you have a dog named blah blah blah? I just found a dog tag in the back of this house's yard. I didn't say where the house was. I didn't say anything like that. And they were like, you know what? I think we did. And I was like, was it a Great Dane? And they were like, I think it was. And I was like, I think I saw your dog. But I didn't say that because, like, I don't want to freak them out over the freaking phone. But anyway, so yeah, that was like some of them. And I've seen plenty more, but I have talked for 22 minutes. So I think I'm going to let y'all go. But yeah, alright. I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is vlog number 3. Love you. Bye.